My name's Scott and I work for Teufelberger and Maxim Ropes. I got a call from our local climbing school with a great question, and I thought we should cover this topic with a video. We have one of the ropes here, and it seems like the core is coming out. The question is this rope still safe to use? And if so, what can we do about this? So I've done my best here to recreate the scenario. On one side, we have the core that slid outside the sheath, and the other scenario where the core has slid inside the sheath. And I'll show you how we handle this. For the first example here, I have the core that has slipped outside of the sheath. And the best way to go about fixing this is to bring out your inner farmer and get a few meters up, or about a meter up, and milk that cover back over the core and get it as far down as possible until you're almost to the end. That's about good. So once you have the sheath all the way over the core, you'll just need something simple, some tape and a knife to get started. You want to go ahead and take the tape, give yourself a little bit of room, and tape over the rope nice and tight. Take that tape off. Get a nice hard surface, something that you don't mind cutting if it happens to be. Take the knife. And make your cut. So once you have it nice and taped and cut off, the next thing you'll need is a lighter. You'll want to burn the outside and it will melt together, sealing the end. But I highly recommend going outside because it gives out some nasty fumes. For our second example, we have where the core has slid inside the sheath. So you want to go ahead and take the rope. Again, milk it down where you can and feel out where that inside of the core is. You can feel, go on, this is empty. Looks like we have some piece right about here. So again, take your tape, give yourself a little bit of room. On this one, I go a little bit further up. So once you have a little bit of way up, tape it nice and tight, just like we did on the first example. Give yourself a nice amount of room there. And again, find a hard surface and cut. Same scenario. Once you have the rope cut and all taped up, you want to grab a lighter and head outside. There's going to be a lot of fumes that are a little bit nasty, so I highly recommend doing this outside. Once you've made your way outdoors with some good ventilation and you have your lighter and the taped and cut rope, you can go ahead and give it a little torch. I use one of these little torch lighters, seems to be a little bit more effective, a little bit faster. Go ahead, be careful. If it is a textile product, it's just nylon, so it does melt. It's just like burning a piece of plastic, basically. So give it a good torch and then wait a moment. Once it cools down off a little bit, you can remove just a little bit of this tape. Once you remove just a little bit of the tape, I like to torch it just a little bit more around the outside. It really gives a good seal to the cover and the core. And then again, go ahead and let it cool off. Once it's all cooled off, you can remove the tape and you're good to go for a few more climbing sessions. Here's an example of how we used to cut the end of the rope. We'd use a hot knife to cut the rope off and seal the core and the cover, and then wrap the label around. It's quite effective, but as you can see, not always perfect. So what we've done now is a little bit different. We do use a heat cutter for the end of the rope, and then we slide it into a heating unit that actually makes a little bit of a harder end termination on here. This eliminates any sort of sheath slippage and reduces the problem of issues like this. Thanks for watching. Check us out on our other social media channels, and if you have any other questions that you'd like me to cover, go ahead and send an email to the email address below.